One thing about animal interactions is sure. They always have a big chance of turning wild in nanoseconds. You never know when bizarre turns dramatic. Cute bonding experience turns into a chilling encounter. And when unknown strikes make blood curdle. Hang on to see the animal moments no one could believe were real. Cobra out of control. What looked like a small snake from its tail turned out to be a huge king cobra under the sheet. These snake catchers were on their toes, making constant tries to get a hold of the snake, but it was on full-on defensive mode, making them stay at a distance. The struggle went on for long, and look, when they didn't seem to stop at their attempts, the snake started to spill its venom as a last resort to get the catchers away from it. And it was their cue to finally get the snake in the bag. With much efficiency, the guy bagged the snake to take it where it actually belonged. MAMBA for dinner. Now witness an astounding croc versus mamba encounter unfold. There's a croc hiding in the pond, taking sneaky steps towards the land where its prey is oblivious of the danger nearing it. And as it comes close to the black mamba, the sneaky steps become rushed. Without giving time for it to make a run, the croc lunges toward it. Just look how aggressively it is shaking the snake until it stops struggling. It's dinner time for this victorious croc. Mission in Everglades. Now see that Burmese python camouflaged in the trees that you couldn't even spot until you look closely. This one's been causing terror among the tourists who were visiting the Everglades. But then, this snake hunter duo came in to save the day. Witness a display of bravery as they struggle to catch the huge Burmese python, putting their lives at stake. Just so you know, this was a record-breaking catch, as the Burmese of such size had never been caught in the Everglades swamps before. Snake dodge. The woman was scared witless of the snake that was lying on the track, ready to aim. After some tips and reassurance from her friend, she finally mustered up the courage to dodge the snake. What she did was wrong, that she ran from the front of the snake, which could turn out to be a mistake, as it could get the snake in a defensive mode. But she was lucky that she was able to get away from danger. Good thing she was saved. Food battle. Look at that huge piranha being the food of the caiman. The caiman must be happy with its catch, and that he will be enjoying the meal until it spots the jaguar at a distance who looks hungry too. Now, it was up to the caiman to decide if it will become the food for the jaguar or give up on its piranha. As the jaguar comes near, the caiman takes the opportunity to run away. But where did the fish go? Oh, there it is. It was now the food of the jaguar. Curious dog. The dog found the snake in the pond interesting and kept trying to analyze what it actually was. It clearly didn't know the danger this snake held. Even after multiple attempts to strike from the snake, the dog stood its ground, dodging every strike, but came back to the snake every time. At this point, I think the dog just misunderstood the snake as some toy that it wasn't ready to give up on. Even if you say the dog was dumb, it was more courageous than most folks. No mercy for water moccasin. And here's an alligator moving sneakily toward its prey. Its ill motives very much known. But the water moccasin is totally unaware of the alligator even when it gets too close. But then, the gator makes its move, and in nanoseconds, the snake is in its mouth, struggling for life. But nobody gets a chance against an alligator's sharp teeth and sturdy jaws. After a moment of calm, the snake makes another attempt to get free from the gator's hold, but that gator was in no mood for mercy. Serpent unleashed. In the landscapes of Goa, India, a dramatic encounter unfolded. A massive king cobra was masterfully camouflaged in the bushes that startled the onlookers. A snake catcher approached with caution in his eyes and a stick in his hand. The suspense rose as he masterfully pulled the snake out. The snake, true to its nature, evaded all attempts to tame it. Each move was a dangerous dance, and the video ended with no resolution as the guy continued to try to tame the cobra to avoid any accident. Python horror. In the heart of Garhwa Forest, India, a herd of thirsty deer gathered at a waterhole, oblivious to the lurking danger beneath. Their instincts tingled, but thirst overcame caution, drawing them back to the water's edge. Then, in a heart-stopping moment, a massive python lunged, coiling around one unsuspecting deer while the rest scattered in fear. Despite the deer's valiant struggles, the python's grip remained unyielding. A gripping tale of survival and nature's raw power unfolds, a reminder of the wild's unforgiving ways. Contenders of the fish. This fisherman's catch came with a surprise. It turned out he wasn't the only contender of the fish. It was a usual boring fishing day, but with this one catch, it became somewhat interesting. When the guy reeled in the fish, it didn't come alone. Two snakes were already fighting over it. And, well, it looked like this fish was some kind of a celebrity of the water, just with a bit of misfortune. You know, it's no luck to be the food of multiple candidates. Dinosaur gator. In the heart of the river, an ordinary gator hunt took an extraordinary turn. Just as they thought they'd seen it all, bam! A giant dinosaur-sized gator rammed their boat, shattering their expectations. This wasn't your average reptile. It was a monster-sized gator in Florida. The battle that followed was not any ordinary one, but it was one great struggle of man versus river beast. With a struggle of hours and teamwork, they were able to catch the huge gator, but getting it on the boat was another challenge. Angry lioness. Did anyone ever tell you not to mess with angry women? Well, females, no matter if they're humans or animals, are feisty and will scare the life out of you, even if you're the king of the jungle. Here's a representation of such instances. This innocent lion was just in a romantic mood and wanted to spend some time with the lioness. But the lioness didn't really look thrilled by the idea. And you can see why. The way she flipped out made me drop my popcorn. I don't know what happened there, but look how furious she was. I feel too bad for laughing at this, but the mighty king of the jungle looked hella scared too, the way it was jumping to dodge those slaps. Bravery of the caiman. Behold the incredible bravery of the caiman. In the face of a hungry jaguar, most would retreat, but not this caiman. Defying the odds, it stared with danger in the eye and said, "Not on my watch." The jaguar's attempt to overpower it failed, as the caiman, with jaws of steel, stood its ground, forcing the jaguar to retreat. A true testament to the caiman's unwavering courage and determination. In this wild encounter, it was the caiman who emerged victorious, showcasing the resilience of nature's warriors. Bass inside bass. It looked like this fight didn't end up well for either of the bass. Nature's tricky twists. This guy stumbled upon two bass fish entangled, one stuck inside the other's mouth. What seemed like a triumph for one turned into a fishy fiasco. The predator couldn't swallow its prey down, nor could it puke it out. It was stuck in a foodie dilemma. But the man who found them helplessly floating on the water untangled them after a good struggle. But alas, the predator bass ended up with a comically surprised mouth. Saving pelican. A pelican got itself in a weird situation by mistake. It appeared to be a routine lunch with a fish in its beak. But the fish had a hook stuck in its mouth that became a bone in the throat of the pelican, generating quite a stir. A guy found the pelican helpless and stepped in to fight to free the scared bird. After a while, he was able to successfully get the fish out of the pelican's beak. The now free pelican floated away, dazed by the incident. It had no idea the culprit was a hidden hook. alligator scare. This guy just wanted some fish for dinner, but he didn't know the danger lurking around. That was, I think, the reason he was standing barefoot in the shallow water. All of a sudden, the alligator appeared out of nowhere, and before it could make a move, the man sensed danger and retreated before anything could happen. But the gator looked surprisingly calm, didn't it? That escalated fear until, surprise, the gator was nothing but a robotic head. Nothing to be scared of, y'all. Calm lion. Absolutely, staying calm is key when encountering wild animals. These forest workers were frozen in fear when they got to meet the lion from up close. Their stillness spoke volumes, signaling to the majestic beast they meant no harm. Miraculously, the lion recognized their non-threatening demeanor and chose to walk away peacefully without attempting to make a meal out of him. This is a valuable lesson that, in the wild, serenity can be your shield, ensuring both humans and animals can coexist safely. A delightful surprise! This man was just casually fishing with no expectation of catching any remarkable creatures, but I guess it was his lucky day. See, he wasn't even using a proper fishing rod, but I guess his catch just liked the bait on the line. When he felt the tug, he started pulling up the fishing line, and it was a giant electric eel! Even he didn't know with such lousy tactics, he'd be able to reel in such a remarkable catch. Turned tables. This frog just went out and chose to avenge all his family members that became the food of the snake community. And he successfully turned the tables by eating up the snake, which might be shocking for the snake too. Look how the snake is still alive, moving around trying to get out of its mouth. I guess it doesn't know that these frogs can eat anything that can be swallowed down their throats. Stellar sea lion doesn't share food. This man was enthusiastically reeling in the fish he had just caught, unaware of the watchful eyes in the sea. Little did he know that he was in the territory of the stellar sea lion, and all the fish there belonged to the predators of that sea. Well, that sea lion had that idea. Right when the fish got in the net, it came out of nowhere like a lightning strike and seized the opportunity. It swooped in and aggressively snatched the fish right out of the net, clearly saying, "Sea lion doesn't share food." Nest on head. Isn't it a weird place to have a nest? A nest that didn't even belong to this buffalo. It seems like the bird who laid eggs on the buffalo's head either trusted it with her kids, or just couldn't find any other place to lay eggs. The way this buffalo was drinking water made me wonder if it was aware of the eggs on its head, or was just carrying them around, oblivious to the fact that its head was a home to some birds. This was truly a shocking sight, isn't it? Dinner thief shark. The fisherman had settled in for a peaceful evening by the water, his fishing rod cast out with a delicious baited hook, his mind filled with anticipation of a delightful dinner. Little did he know that nature had a surprise in store for him that evening. All of a sudden, a shark emerged from the depths of the ocean and ripped away the fish from the fishing hook. The man was left stunned as he saw his dreams of a scrumptious dinner vanishing before his eyes. Dolphin home run. Hold on to your seats, because this one's gonna knock your socks off. The Dolphins were only supposed to play with the ball. All was fun until one of them decided to go for the ultimate home run. And bam! The ball hits the camera, catching it off guard. And just like that, the screen fades to black. Either the dolphin was just being mischievous, or it just wanted to give the ball a good shot. But what a splashy surprise! Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Reptile ride. While most of the animal kingdom is scared of the alligator due to its merciless predatory antics, this bird decided to make a ride out of it. The way it was standing unbothered on the back of the reptile, it doesn't seem like it is scared of it. Or it may not know that it is the mighty alligator, the horror of the swamps, who's giving ride to the egret. And here is another such incident, where the frogs are hitchhiking on the back of a 3.5-meter long python. What happened was they were caught up in the flood in Australia. So in order to save themselves, they latched onto the python's back to escape the surging waters. Swimming roo. While this family was on a family boat trip in Wilson Inlet in Western Australia, they came across a pretty surprising sight. A kangaroo was swimming in the water, more like trying to stay afloat. Far from the shore, the poor animal was in an extremely worrisome situation, as it couldn't find a way back home. The tourist family thankfully jumped in to help and took the kangaroo to the forest by the side of the river, from where he might have come from. Fin slapped. Look how the fish is squirming in his grip, trying to get out of his hold. When it didn't see any humble way for an escape, it went with a savage one. And well, the fish just slapped him where the sun doesn't shine. He'll be counting stars for a while now. I bet he regretted picking up that fish, as he instantly loosened his grip on the feisty thing. Well, in that much pain, I don't think he had any other option, now did he? Boating on seaweed. A serene boat ride turned surreal when the blue sea transformed into a mesmerizing golden hue. Wondering what that was? That's the mystical Sargasso Sea, famous for its vast seaweed patches that are scattered across the water. Navigating through these golden stretches can feel like sailing over sand. But beware, these patches gather marine debris, and you can see the vigilant boatman inspecting the boards. He was doing that to ensure nothing is stuck down there that could slow down their adventure. Floods aftermath. In a chilling incident, the Darling River in Menindee, Australia, transformed into a haunting scene back in March. The river debris? No, it was hundreds of thousands of fish carcasses. A devastating event happened similar to the tragedy that came upon Australia in 2018 and 2019, caused by drought. This time, it was the prolonged flooding that led to oxygen depletion, which proved to be fatal for the river's inhabitants. The vast number of deceased fish not only painted a grim picture, but also severely impacted the river's quality, as decomposition tainted the once clear waters. Bear scare. Watch how a normal day in the school backyard turned into anything but that. This guy was just casually opening the dumpster lock, not knowing that his boring daily duty was going to give him a scare for life. Right when the guy unlocked the dumpster, it wiggled a little. The man got warned about the expected danger and ran away from the dumpster. But one jumped out of it, even made the teacher standing at a distance scared, because it was nothing ordinary, but a huge black bear. Cat with courage. To be brave like this cat. It really proved that it's okay to take risks when it comes to food. Look how it was taking careful steps toward the crocodile, meaning the feline knew that it was getting itself into a definite danger, but I think for her, meat was more important. Watch how it just swiftly snatched the piece of meat from the croc's mouth and got away from it instantly. What was even more shocking was the croc that stayed calm and didn't do anything about its stolen food. I mean, was it even alive? It's all about food. The guy just casually came forward and pulled on the bird's tail that was just sitting calmly over the fence. Did it really eat up its tail? But how is the bird still so calm? Hold on. Look closely. This antelope indeed had a good eye for food, or it just wanted to startle the bird. It ignored the whole wall that was covered in green leaves, but went for the dried leaf that was under the bird's feet. The bird stayed calm because, of course, it was not its tail that became the food of the antelope. But this one is indeed eating the bird. Look how it's chewing it down. Newsflash? Some species of antelopes do eat small mammals, insects, and birds. Birthday gone wrong. This man must have realized it was all his fault that his birthday celebration got ruined, and that it was a really bad idea to cut the birthday cake in a forest. This was meant to happen, my dear. So he cut the cake, everyone sang a birthday song for him, everything was going fine, all good, until he cut a piece to give everyone a bite. You know, like the ritual. The monkey took his opportunity and jumped right in the scene and took away the whole cake. Who needs a party popper when there's a monkey? Buck rescue. This is proof of how big of a catastrophe Frozen Lake is for the bucks. This one had his hind feet stuck in the frozen lake, and even after a lot of constant struggles, he couldn't get out. The worst thing was the fact that his front legs kept slipping over the frozen, slippery slab that wasn't letting him balance on the ice. But thankfully, 2 police officers came to the rescue. They hooked the rope to his antlers and pulled him out of the lake. Field protectors. That huge flock of ducks is on a pest-eating mission, y'all. Ducks are used nationwide in Thailand for plowing rice fields. It's a treat for ducks and a chemical-free rice supply for the farmers. Every season, about 10,000 ducks are sent to the rice farm, where they eat up the pests, golden apple snails, and unwanted rice husks to clear out the new rice crop. They also flatten the ground as the huge flock of them walk on the rice stubble, making it easier for plowing. Lion eating grass. Now watch what you may have never thought you would. I mean, did all the animals disappear from the forest for this lion to eat grass to calm his hunger? Or did he lose his liking for meat? I mean, what on earth is happening here? But before you all overreact like me and start thinking that's a vegetarian lion, let me tell you, lions do eat grass. Okay, don't bash me, only sometimes. They have to eat grass when they face issues with digestion. Otherwise, there's no vegetarian lions discovered yet. Mischievous monkey. And here's to the feisty monkey. Or should I say, thief monkey. The poor security guard just wanted to eat in peace, but this monkey had different plans. Some mischievous ones. It came through the window of the cabin all of a sudden, and even when the guard offered a piece of his food, it snatched away the whole thing. Poor guy. And here is another instance where the monkey can be seen trying to get the items out of this guy's backpack. And well, it just left after throwing some of the stuff. And when the guy got relaxed that the monkey had gone far away and wouldn't bother him now, another one found his bag very interesting. Monkey steals from orangutan. At this point, I'm pretty sure stealing runs in the monkey family. This monkey here was now after the orangutan's banana. I mean, it could go and find bananas for itself, but it wanted the one orangutan was eating. Just when the orangutan put the banana in its mouth, the monkey snatched it right out and ate it up hurriedly. The splashy run. This moose defied all the odds and showed the world how simple it is to run on water. Gravity, who? Look how it's running like it's filming a scene for a movie, splashing the water with every step. Or perhaps it's in a racing contest with a boat and is hell-bent on winning it. And, well, it did win, leaving the boat way behind. Mischievous goose. It looked like the elephant had some beef with the goose, that it started splashing the water on her to chase her away. She kept ignoring it at first, but then she decided to take revenge. Right when the elephant turned its back, the goose got on with her revenge mission. Even when the elephant warned her to stop, being the feisty one, the goose didn't. And, well, the elephant kept trying to chase her away, but she didn't look like she was planning to. Efficient theft. The fisherman must have had plans for a yummy fish meal, but the majestic bald eagle flew right in the scene with its powerful presence and clearly said, "Not when I'm here." Just when the fisherman was reeling in its catch, the bald eagle swooped in and snatched the fish away, so smoothly from right under his nose. And what else could the man do? He was left screaming, grieving his loss. While the eagle soared away, victorious and untouchable. Jaguar hunt. Witness the clever walk of this jaguar as it advances toward its prey that he has spotted hiding behind the bushes. A caiman has its life in danger, and right when the caiman makes an attempt to run, the jaguar jumps at it. After a while, you can see the poor animal helpless in the mouth of the predator, who had its neck clutched between its teeth. And there, the jaguar takes the caiman into the bushes for an uninterrupted feast, while it keeps struggling for its dear life. Otter, the party pooper. Let's dive into the otter hunt adventure. A jolly harbor sea lion and playful seagulls were playing around, blissfully unaware of a mischievous party pooper lurking nearby, who was aiming to charge from a distance. Just as the seagull lands on the water surface, a stealthy otter zooms in, catching the bird off guard. Splash! And just like that, that seagull vanishes underwater. Poor little seagull. But what an unexpected twist in this river's tale. Perilous waterhole. While these flying foxes were trying to drink the water from this watering hole, the sneaky, evil crocodiles were hiding underwater to make a meal out of them. Just as some birds landed on the water, the crocodiles take the chance, but keep missing the aim. However, you can see the croc's mouth as they try to catch the birds. But then, one unfortunate bird gets caught in the merciless mouth of the croc, and it's pretty obvious what must have happened to it. Gator against gator. This gator took "you are what you eat" to the next level. Behold, nature's drama unfolds. See that tiny gator? It innocently wandered into the big gator's turf. Alas, territorial disputes. The grand gator didn't take it too well and decided on a life lesson. But didn't spare it to learn the lesson as it chomped down without giving it a chance to make a run. Now it parades victoriously, strutting along the bushes with its hunt between its jaws. A true Floridian spectacle. Horror in Bolito. Watch this python, but don't forget to stay at a good distance. Back in 2018, Jason Muhlman spotted this massive African rock python in a Bolito farm. At first, the python was just chilling, maybe on the lookout for prey. But then, as if it didn't find any food there, you know what I mean, it turns around and goes in a different direction. Its calm crawl turns into a rushed one, giving us a hint that it finally found its prey. Open discussion. A few years back, one fisherman was roaming around the river in search of some good catch, but after a lot of struggle, when he couldn't find anything, nature gave him a pleasant surprise. It was a huge green anaconda swimming around in the river, but the man didn't have equipment to measure it. Even if he couldn't, it was pretty obvious that this one was indeed larger than the record holder 5-meter-long green anaconda. It was a magnificent discovery, but the fisherman was unaware of it until the video went viral. He had just played around with it, taking full advantage of the unharmful serpent, not knowing it was a record-breaking 100-kilogram anaconda, the largest and heaviest ever found. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.